You guys see this cool shirt? Armani sent it to me. And today we're doing a review on Armani Code Parfum. Alright, so I'm going to tell you guys right now that this fragrance was sent to me, but in no way would this alter my review. I'm going to keep it real with you. You guys know I always keep it real with you. So let's get to it. So first, we're talking about Armani Code Parfum. This came out last year. Let's look at the presentation real quick. Looks a little bit different than the other bottles, so they went a different direction, I guess, on the look. All right, let's talk about the notes. So we have bergamot leaf, we have orris butter, we have iris, aldehydes, clary sage, tonka bean, and absolute cedar. Now, if you guys know anything about the Armani Code line, you know they have a lot of flankers. This is their newest one. And let's talk about the opening real quick, right? So I get bergamot leaf in that opening. Now, the thing with bergamot leaf is it's a little less citrusy than actual bergamot. It's more earthy, it's tart, if that makes sense. So the opening is like this fresh leaf with a lot of iris in it and some citrusy nuances. And you get some buttery wafts. Because that's what you get out of orris. Orris is this buttery smell. Definitely has that cold DNA, so it's not going to be unfamiliar. It's definitely something that you're familiar with, so it's not, they didn't go a completely different direction. They still stuck to that cold DNA. But this one is definitely richer, it's definitely darker, it's definitely denser. It has some creaminess, it has some slough powderiness, and it definitely gets smoother as it dries down. Really solid fragrance overall, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first got it, I first sprayed it on paper, I didn't spray it on skin, and I was like, this is another designer fragrance, wasn't impressed. Actually put it down, didn't wear it in a while. I've seen a couple people talk about it a few times. I said, okay, let me revisit it again. And, you know, I did the one thing that you shouldn't do, which is smell it on paper and judge it on paper. So I put it on my skin, and I was like, okay, this one is all right. I wore it again 2-3 more times, and it started growing on me. It started drying down. I was like, okay, this is actually a solid fragrance. I actually like it. I actually wear it quite a bit too. Is this a groundbreaking fragrance? Is this super unique? Absolutely not. But I feel like if you don't have similar iris fragrances in your collection, I definitely feel like this is one to go for. I feel like if you were looking at a previous Code perfume, especially if it's one of the lower concentrations, I feel like this one is definitely the one to get because this one is definitely better than the predecessors. Seasons for this fragrance, I would say fall, spring mainly. You could get away with wearing this in the summertime. I feel like you should be lighter on this fragrance just because I feel like that iris, the orris butter, and the other notes that it has, it just makes this a darker fragrance. So if you are wearing it in the warmer weathers, I'll wear it more at night. Definitely something I would wear in clubs. Definitely something I would wear on date nights. Not crazy on the performance side. This is 6+ hours, then it turns into a skin scent. Of course, if you put it on your clothing, it'll last longer. Now, normally when it comes to wearing fragrance on clothing, I advise against that. Unless you're wearing darker clothing, then it doesn't really stain. I feel like you could dress this up or down. And this comes in 2 sizes. Me, because I have a large collection, I typically don't go for the larger sizes unless it's a freshy fragrance. This one, I feel like you can opt for either one because this isn't really something that lasts the whole day. But the 1.7 I believe is 110, and the one that they sent me is the 4.2, which I believe retails for 165, I believe. Oh, actually they also have a 2 ounce or 2.5, I think that goes for 135. So I feel like they have a range of really nice sizes, and you know, you can opt for whichever one you want to opt for. I feel like they're all actually very affordable. Overall, if I was to give this fragrance, when it comes to the compliment department, I feel like this is actually a really well complimented fragrance. For as much as I've worn it, I feel like I've received quite a bit of compliments. Now, compliments aren't for everybody, so if that's not important to you, then whatever. I don't think that this isn't a 10 out of 10 when it comes to compliments. If you don't care about that, that's fine. If you do care about it, you're going to receive some compliments, but I feel like you should wear a fragrance because you love it, not for the compliments, of course, but the compliments is also icing on the cake. Overall, I give this fragrance a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. If you guys know me, if you know my taste, you know that's actually pretty high for a Code perfume or for any fragrance overall. Anything that I give more than a 7 is an amazing fragrance in my opinion, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with me. But then again, fragrance is very subjective. Definitely, I think it's something that you should try out. Try it on your skin. Is it blind buy worthy? If you are a designer head, if you wear a lot of designer fragrances, I think so. If you're not really a designer head, if you're somebody like me who appreciates the finer fragrances in life, you tend to be very picky when it comes to designer fragrances. So for a designer fragrance to really catch your eye, it has to be something that's pretty incredible. This one is something that definitely caught my eye. Do I think it's pretty incredible? Again, no, not really, but I did give it a 7.5 out of 10, which is a very solid rating in my opinion. So guys, check it out. Tell me what you guys feel about this fragrance. If you already tried it, tell me what you think about it down below in the comments. Also, I'm curious, what's your favorite Code perfume? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Now, 3 things that help this channel out a great deal. So the first thing is liking this video. Second thing is commenting. The third thing is, if you like the content that you just watched, please subscribe. And don't forget to smell stylish. See you guys next time.